CNN put cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers Podcast, bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
Well, I bet we're gonna live up to our song today, because we've got some heat and we got some insight and all that. But welcome to the State of the Transformers podcast. I'm your host, Danny D. You know what the D stands for, player, and I'm with the almighty Input.
I thought you were gonna go into the N-PUT. That's right, baby, because I'm mobbing once again with, oh my God, those can't be real, Danny D. And, man, what are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about more QC issues from Haslab. And, yeah, man. Danny, go ahead. I'll let you.
No, for sure. Yeah, you've been Haslab. I mean, I ordered this thing. You didn't. I'm not saying anything like we'll get into it, but I'm not a I have Hasbro stuff, but I'm no like whatever simp for them. I don't give a shit. Like, I was looking forward to this if it was made properly. I'll tell you that. And yeah, it's already late. So, well, you read off this little statement they made. Try to defend themselves, I guess, and then we'll get right into it.
All right, so let's read this corporate nonsense jargon from Hasbro, right?
Yeah, chat.
It says, in regards to the QC of their Omega Prime, RID 2001 Omega Prime Haslab, it says, the Haslab's Transformers Robots in Disguise Omega Prime project has recently come under scrutiny due to reported quality control issues. Collectors have noted structural problems, particularly in the torso sliding mechanism, leading to cracks in the abdominal area. Those issues have been observed even in units that haven't been transformed, indicating potential design flaws. I'm going to try to read all this before I start flying off.
Yeah, just go through, get through it, and then give your hot take, my friend.
It's not a hot take when it's facts, Jack. In response, Hasbro has offered replacements for affected units. However, some fans express concern that without design adjustments, replacements might encounter the same problem. Discussion on the forums highlight these apprehensions, with users suggesting that the root cause needs addressing to preserve or to prevent recurrence. Sorry, I'm reading off a very small script here, or a picture or whatever. For those who have received the figure, it's advisable to inspect the torso mechanism carefully. Some community members have shared DIY fixes, such as sanding specific parts to reduce friction and prevent damage. Detailed guides are available for those considering this route. Stay informed and exercise caution when handling your Omega Prime figure. Oh, okay.
Oracle, thanks for showing up, Oracle. Yeah, no.
Hey, MCPJ. Hey, Venom Fox. What's up, man? Okay, now bring that back up, because I'm about to break this down. Okay, so at no point at all whatsoever should we be doing anything for Hasbro's products. Nothing whatsoever. We should not be their fucking R&D team at all. Okay? Not even close to it. You're telling me when they got the prototypes back, before this thing actually got launched into production, okay? I've said this before, right? You get prototypes, and then you get the final one before production, and then you okay that, okay? And this is the final one. This is the one that has all the changes to it, right? This is like your final coloring of the plastic, the final tolerances, the final everything. This is it. And you send it in production, okay? They knew the QC issues were there. And if they didn't, the design team all needs to be fired and brought to somebody else's, somebody else needs to take their place that is 100 times better at their job, okay? This thing, dude, I'm not even ready to go into the yellowing problem yet.
No, I know. I just want to show people. I'll go back to the thing, but I just thought give people like, I know they've seen it, but those pictures are from TF 2005. But just if you haven't seen it, it's shocking.
So that's pretty much what I got to say on the first paragraph. Okay, this is horrible Dwayne The Rock Johnson levels of damage control, post WrestleMania damage control, right? Like type of stuff. The second paragraph reads, in response, Hasbro has offered replacements for affected units. However, some fans expressed concern that without design adjustments, replacements might encounter the same problems. Because they're right. They're 100% right. If the design was what it was and they're breaking, it needs to be adjusted and fixed to not break. Make some more molds and do it right this time, the second time around, Hasbro. And then it goes on to say, discussion on the forums highlight these apprehensions, with users suggesting that the root cause needs addressing to prevent recurrence. With users suggesting, like, it's almost like as if they're like, they're suggesting it to it. Do it before you send out any garbage product again. Fix your problem, okay? Seriously.
Yeah, this is causing so many problems because like getting people to people are like, oh, this is how you could fix it, do it yourself. Like, yeah, like that's almost like you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be tampering with it. You don't know what they're going to suggest if they do suggest to bring something back. Like, it's just a mess full of problems, and if it's already cracked in the front, who cares if you fix the thing in the back? Like, it's still cracked in the front.
And not only that, so like the third paragraph, I'm going to touch on that here in the third paragraph, right?
Yeah.
The third paragraph goes on to say, for those who have received the figure, okay,
yeah,
it's advisable to inspect the torso mechanism carefully. No shit, Sherlock, okay? Some community members have shared DIY fixes, such as sanding specific parts to reduce friction and prevent damage. One, why didn't you do it in all the prototypes and everything else that you had made, right? Mm-hmm. Before production and everything, right? Two, DIY fixes on the forums. So now you're inferring that you're okay with these people doing these DIY fixes. And if it doesn't work, so here's the big question. If somebody does this DIY fix and it still doesn't work, are you going to replace it? Because you infer right here, Hasbro, in this 3-paragraph thing that you are saying, yeah, go ahead and try and fix it. And if it doesn't work, we'll send you another one that'll most likely break on you later on down the road anyway, okay? And then it goes on to say, detailed guides are available for those considering this route. Okay, where are the detailed guides? You had an intern type up 3 paragraphs, spit out some corporate jargon onto what, your Instagram or whatever?
Like breakdown, chat PGD did a breakdown. This is actually much longer, but this is the gist of it all. So yeah, it's just
Jesus.
We'd be here all night. But yeah, I know it's bad. And the thing is, they didn't really say like if you did tamper with it, like who knows, like not like if it that kind of voids the warranty, not there's a warranty on it, but you know what I mean. Like what happens? They're like send us pictures, and they've seen that you tampered with it. Like, oh no, now we can't help you, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. So like, no one knows that, and then all these YouTubers are saying like, oh, do this to it, do that. Like, yeah, maybe you won't get anything back now. And I know people have just opened it, put it back in the box, haven't touched it at all. So yeah, it's a mess.
For every YouTuber out there who is offering a fix, okay, congratulations, and not congratulations, like legitimately, thank you for taking it into your own hands, right, and offering a fix. And legitimately, like wholeheartedly, I mean that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say this. There are people out there that aren't into G1, that are only into RID. Okay. Or only into, whatever Transformers they've done, right? They wanted a big ass Unicron. They don't want anything else, so they're not going to pay attention to it, right? Okay. Whatever, right? So people who wanted an update to the RID 2001 Prime and Ultra Magnus and everything else, right? May not know about all the QC issues that Haslab has had in their past, right? So because I was gonna go into this because I legitimately was like, when is enough enough? When does the wife who's being abused by the husband, right? When does it become like her fault because she won't leave the relationship, right? And that's how I felt about this when I heard about this. At what point do we stop buying Hasbro's products altogether and make them suffer for for all their QC issues and everything else, right? Because the more and more that you buy from them, the more and more this is acceptable. And that's the signal that this sends to them, right? Every single time you back a Haslab after one failing miserably because of QC issues, Star Saber, okay? I don't really need to say more than that, right? That should have killed Haslab right dead in the water, right? Just done. But it didn't because for whatever reason. But yeah, like at what point does the fans and the fandom just say, you know what, dude, we're not doing Haslab anymore. This is the line. This is the straw, whatever, right? And part of me still feels like that, but the other part of me, like I said earlier, a lot of people don't keep up with every Transformers release, right? There are sects of the Transformers fandom that are into Armada or Unicron trilogy that aren't into G1, so they don't care about a Haslab with G1, right? Whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's tough though, because like I'm still like addicted to it. Like I know like it's just like I'm waiting for mine. Like with MC DJ saying like some of them, yeah, like they emailed me too. Like I'm getting a second or whatever. They're holding out just when they haven't shipped to Canada as much yet. So like if it's gonna be different, we don't know. I said I've seen some people review theirs and I don't know if they just are blind or theirs was fine, like nothing happened. And I think it's just still the fear, the FOMO. Like I'm still addicted. Like I see this toy's coming in broken. I still want mine, and I still probably would back another thing after this. That's how like deep the addiction goes, I guess, which is sad. But
I'll tell you like this, this is legitimate. Anybody listening to this, if yours comes in broken and you put this on a credit card, okay, cancel that payment when you get it if it's broken, and send fuck Hasbro, dude, cut them out of this, okay? Send the pictures to your credit card company, make a video of you opening it, making sure that it's not broken, make sure that it doesn't break or anything like that. And if it does, cancel payment immediately and get your money back through your credit card company on this. Okay, keep the broken figure. Yeah. Don't send anything back to Hasbro. Fuck them and keep your money, okay? They send you a shoddy product. And this is where I'm telling the fandom, legitimately, stand up, nut up, and do something about this stuff. For every YouTuber out there that has massive levels of subscribers for the Transformers fandom that aren't talking about this, okay? Make them talk about this, okay? Legitimately, make Hasbro pay for their mistakes going forward, all right? Like I said, Transformers fandom, legitimately, it's time to stand up and nut up and stand up because this is getting absurdly ridiculous. And then Ultra Magnus comes in yellowed. Come on, man. I thought we were over all the yellowing stuff, bro. Like, what is this? Did we time travel? Is it freaking like Earthrise 2022 all over again? Like,
yeah, the yellowing is bad. And I don't know. I don't think they're going to replace the Ultra Magnuses too. Maybe they will, but it's like I don't see. Yeah, it's bad.
Like Venom Fox says, they probably didn't find the problem until after the run. Somebody forgot to use their calipers. So, look, man, I'm just going to say this.
After all the prototypes, though.
And that might be the case. That might be the case. But at what point do your fuck-ups cost you your job?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people should be fired for this. Heads should roll. And if they got new people doing it better again to get one more shot, like I will... Yeah, like I don't know if this was this is like sucks because it's this figure, but if this was like the same sort of reason with the Lio Kaiser or whatever, like oh my god, like we paid 900 Canadian dollars for 2 of them.
And that's the thing is too, like I don't understand anybody who buys one of these things blindly anymore at this point, right? When you like, if you bought Star Saber. Right, and then backed Lio Kaiser, or not Lio Kaiser, Death Source. What came after? Was it Death Source that came after Star Saber?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't understand why you did that, but if you did it because you bought into them saying whatever it was that they said, oh, we're gonna be closer, pay attention to the QC issues and stuff like that, right? And this is the follow up to Death Source, right?
Yeah.
Like,
all mine are fine. Like, I don't have any issues with any of my stuff I got from them so far. Like, I can notice. Like, my Death Source seems fine. Like, I don't even know. But, like, it's fine enough for me. But I just, So I always gave him a shot. I've seen all the crap happening. But, like I said, I'm addicted. I want to get it,
Like Oracle says, so under the shareholder model, the company is to not lose profits, moves the cost to the consumer. So on paper, it shows they still have infinite growth. Projection equals protection.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like you have to ship this out. Like you have to ship this broken toy out. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, dude. Like you don't have to. Like you just
business-wise, it makes sense that they did it because it's just like. They have to show that they're going to try to, whatever. Because someone was saying, too, the extra $1 million, like, because they're supposed to get how many people to back this and how many people did back this. They made how many extra $1 million? Like, tons, right? So,
yeah.
I guess it's just like, ship it out, get these quotas out there, and then, like, fix the problem later in the long run. But, man, it's going to be damaging. Like, I already seen those price increases from tariffs or so-called tariffs, and Hasbro bringing up the prices, $50 of a Voyager in America, like... Yeah, like this is like they're just adding on to a lot of frustration that's about to hit.
Oh, dude, and not only that, like seriously, JSP said it either last week or 2 weeks ago that he believes that the tariffs are just going to be used as an excuse.
Oh yeah, they're going to bring it up anyway. So it's like this is great. So like tariffs. Oh yeah, prices are going up. But it's like I said, like what's like it's just going to cause it's causing like I already saw people. I'm out $50 a Voyager. I mean I've been paying $50 a Voyager in Canada for 4 years, but it's just it's bad.
I just $50. Okay, like. We saw that Super 7's doing this now. Brian Flynn over there at Super 7, right, has stuff in stock with an 8% or 10% or something like that tariff tax on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in stock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. So we're already seeing toy companies take full advantage of this entire situation to rob people blind. Like, and try to take advantage of their fan base and everything else. Dude, this is a moment in time when everything, when we had the gas crisis, the fuel crisis of the 1970s, everything shrank down so these companies could survive. Okay. G.I. Joe went from 12-inch to 3 3/4 would probably be the most famous one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In that regard. Right.
Yeah.
the Star Wars figures came out at 3 3/4 because that's what they could essentially afford to do, right? So why are we seeing like the price on all this stuff increase when just shrink it back down? And on top of that, if you brought back O-ring GI Joes, not even O-ring, just 3 3/4 inch GI Joes, and threw them out there at $15 each. Again, that would save the market. That would save the company. And you can't tell me I'm full of shit because it's already worked. I don't know how many times in the past. Okay. This whole situation. And then on top of that, this Haslab stuff, like seriously, man, this stuff goes beyond small YouTubers like me and Danny and TJ Omega and all that stuff, right? Bigger people need to be talking about this, right? That's one of the big problems too.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the big problems too.
Yeah. No, I know you guys are in for a shock. Like I know they said it's different adjustments for Canada, but it's like until we find out more. But I mean, like it's good. Like I already saw people, man. They're done. Like they're not going to pay $50 a Voyager. Now $50 a Voyager in Canada sounds like a lot, but the money is different, right? Like what you guys pay, like that's basically like $30 or whatever, $35 American. So it is the normal Voyager price in a way. But it's just if they crank it up to like what I showed you, that leader class Galvatron was like $90 something, right?
Yeah, you sent me that. It was like $98. It was like, what, $98.56 or something like that.
And that's in a Toys R Us with a markup already. And then if they put that's their own markup. Because it's just like a specialty store. It's not really Toys R Us, right? It's just the name. But, they're going to put a markup on that. What, you're going to go in there, $107 for a Voyager? Like,
no. And that's absurd.
Leader. But yeah, that is insane. Yeah.
Well, and here's the other thing too, right? Like, if you want to go I know people are all like, oh, well, that's Canadian prices and exchange rates and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Legitimately, go watch one of Gotbot's live streams because he's Canadian. He's right. And see how the price increases affect him and use him as a litmus, because when he says, oh man, this is like, this is $65 here in Canada, I'm not buying that. Right. Like,
I'm so used to it though. He's just cheap in a way, I think, though. Like I think a lot of Canadians are in that way. Like for me, it's like I'm so like they have me so adapted to the price increases that it's like doesn't really affect me as much, Like I'm used to it. I expect it to be $4 more when I go in,
Well, my point is ask yourself, okay, take that $65 liter in Canada, right? Mm-hmm. And put the American dollar behind that and ask yourself, are you willing to spend an extra $15 on a leader class figure? Right?
Yeah, it's tough.
You're not, for the most part, right?
Most people, I think a lot of people here are adapted to it because it's like I said, like it's $44 for Marvel Legend at Toys R Us here, and people are buying it, right?
For a Marvel Legend?
Yeah, $45. I can send you the thing next time I'm in there. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like $48 for classified figures sometimes. Like
what's y'all's minimum wage there? I'm just
I don't even know, like 18 something maybe now.
Okay, cuz that's Jesus, dude. Even after our exchange rate, that's more than what we would make minimum wage here.
Yeah, it's twisted. Like I said, I didn't mean like cheap in the sense, but like it's just I know a lot of people they want to keep it, like they don't want to pay that for that, right? Like it's understandable, like you want to get what you want for your amount you pay, but it's just like, so I say like just in Canada's like a weird, like there's a lot of people that like just they accept it, they're so used to it, and then of course people like that, they don't want to pay that, but I think a lot of people here are so desensitized from it, right?
We need to be more like seriously, I feel like we need to start being more like the Brits and be like, no, fuck that, mate. We're not paying that extra cost, mate.
Yeah, and Australia, man, like their prices are even higher than here. Like, oh God, I feel bad for them.
Oh, yeah, dude. And Oracle says all corporations smell blood in the water to increase prices. Do not be surprised if a giant corporation is ridiculously increase prices. And here's the thing with Hasbro and their price increases, it's always been a smokescreen. They've always used something, man. 2020. Oh, we got to raise our prices. Why? Because COVID. What?
Yeah, and then they brought him up, and then they brought him down slightly, brought him back up slightly. So it's just a game for them because that's the thing. It gets you in that, like, that's sort of the part that kind of brainwashes you too. Because COVID, they went up for a while, and then they brought him down here, and then people were like, "Oh, it's cheap again," but it was still like way above the old price, right? But it's just like mentally like brainwashing you almost.
Well, dude, they never came down in price here. When they went up to like $22
back and forth, but yeah, I know because it was all over the place, right? But
yeah,
some places not, some places yes. It just depends, right? Walmart, Toys R Us, it just depends where you're going. EB Games, but
look, I'll just say it like this, man. Like legitimately, my advice on any of this stuff, and is don't buy it until you see it, and don't buy it until you can have it like physically in your hand. So if that means you got to wait a year and you walk into your toy store or your comic store or whatever, and they have Omega Prime sitting there, okay, take him out of the box, mess with him, and see if he's broken. If not, then pull the trigger, right? Like, stop giving them y'all's money, man. Like, for real, for blind purchases like this, dude. Like, this should have been a retail release to begin with. And like, yeah, I don't know, man. It frustrates me to no end that this stuff keeps happening in all of their Haslabs. They have an entire year to figure this out, right? 90% of their Haslabs have had some sort of QC problem, whether it be major or small. And I'm not talking about like a small percentage of them. Like 90% of them have had major problems reported over a lot of them, right? Like it's always been an issue, right? This is kind of what Haslab's known for. And there should be nobody out there shielding Hasbro on the internet from this, right? There should be nobody out there doing anything like that. The fandom should stand up at this point and just say like enough is enough, and I don't know, stop. I say stop giving money because at the end of the day, that's all these companies care about. And you like, I'm essentially saying vote with your wallet here, right? Like, make this stuff go to retail.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, like I've never had any issues with. I've seen issues online with most of the Haslabs. Mine have mostly been decent enough. Like I've seen people get shit like backwards on their stuff, so I'm like, mine have been good. Like, but like the thing is, like this is like unnoticeably bad, right? And the thing is, like like if you had to put out your money first, which sucks. Like if this was just like made to order on the website or something, and you could just pay once you know it comes out, and once you know it's in good condition, then you can put your money out and grab it. Like okay, right? That's what I wish it was. I wish it was just like a even if it was just a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, but you paid when it came out, and you paid once you knew like it was together properly and made properly, right?
Yeah.
I feel way more secure, like backing that, like this is disappointing for sure. Like I said, that Lyle Kaiser, $900 for 2 in Canada. Like, dude, if they screw that up, like,
if you get that in and it's broken, what are you gonna do, Danny?
Yeah, I know, it sucks. Like I said, I'm a sucker. I don't back Hasbro. Like I'm not a super like gonna, like I do like to buy their stuff for the fun and just the enjoyment, just trying to enjoy the hobby. But like, yeah, it is a mess, right? And this is really bad. Like I said, it just sucks that we've put our money, already out, and they're shipping it out, but it's busted, right?
Yeah, and that's all. Like I said, dude, that's all something that should have been addressed and taken care of and fixed beforehand, right?
Yeah, and if it was like $50 I had to put down, right? Like, is it like if it was a Hasbro Pulse like exclusive, or like put down like $50 or something, or $25 just to like hold a place. You can cancel it if you don't want it later, get your money back. But like putting all that money up first and they're shipping a busted product, and it's bad. Like that's terrible. Like that's not just like a little piece. Like it's horrible.
Yeah, it's
shocking.
It's legitimately atrocious, man. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of the fandom taking it. You know, like there's no excuse at all for them to continue doing this, and there's no excuse at all, really, for the fandom to continue to allow it to happen at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said earlier, you know, today I was feeling like this is the abused wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
After like 10 years, and she's refused to leave, and everyone's tried to help her and everything else. You know, like, okay, you just walk away, right? And you're like, all right, whatever. Can't help Sarah. Lost cause.
She's a good woman.
Know?
She's a good woman. But yeah, no, I know it's terrible, dude. And it's just like, yeah, like I said, I even mentioned it because Bart bought one too. And like when I mentioned to him, he's like, "Don't even show me that." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean? Like this is coming in. Like you don't want to know." Like it's just like, yeah, it's just funny, right? Don't even show me that. Like.
So like Illmatic Prime is saying, do you honestly think they QC test all, what is that, 28,000 units? Mark and Evan, okay, sorry, I had to search for his name. Didn't assemble the toys. No, they didn't assemble the toys, but that's why we have prototyping, right? Yeah. If the slider mechanism is the problem, and the slider mechanism is causing the damage here, all of that should have been found during testing. That, I mean, it's that simple, right? Like,
yeah.
And I'm the guy you want QC stuff to happen to. Yeah. Right? Like, oh man, okay, this sucks. Whatever. I can get a replacement, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to Hasbro's QC, like, it's been 5 years of QC issues from this company. Massive, major QC issues from this company.
Yeah, right? And they should have tested every single one. Those two idiots, Evan and Mark. And like I said, people should get fired for this one. I'm sorry. I'm not saying the factory people, because like, you know, they're just probably given shit product to put together. But you know, like other people that are responsible for this, like, come on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, he says, Elmatic says, do the workers in the factory get the blame for breaking the toy?
No.
No, they're not the designers. He goes on to also say all the units have not arrived broken, not even 90%. I would love to know where you got the percentage on that from, truthfully. And I'm going to say this too. None of them should come in broken.
Yeah,
that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Oracle says the workers aren't breaking the toys. It's the shady manufacturing the prototypes are based on are the ones that are at fault. Exactly. The ones who are designing it are the problem here.
Yeah, okay? It's not the workers. They're giving shit anyways. Yeah.
Right. Like that's the problem.
And 90%, it doesn't matter. They should be shipping the shit out broken. I know it's business and they had to, but like, come on, like it's just so bad. People, like I said, heads need to roll. People, that's what I mean. If they have publicly hold people responsible, would be a good thing. But I know they won't. But like, it's just like, yeah, that would be good for once.
I don't understand your argument, dude. At this point, because it says you said like they don't stand at the door checking every figure. I'm not saying they do, like, and I'm not expecting them to. That's why they have prototyping, to make sure all this stuff works and bends the way it's supposed to and slides up and down and everything else, right? He says, I don't hear you blaming the Takara designers. You keep saying Hasbro. Okay, then fuck, bro. Like, whoever the fuck designed the goddamn thing, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, the designers, whoever designed it, okay? Whether it's Mark and Evan or the Takara-san or whatever his name is over at Takara, okay? Like, whoever designed it, it doesn't matter. It, like,
yeah,
whoever designed it, and yeah, fuck Hasbro. There you go. Let's just put a pin in that one. Just overall.
Yeah, come on, defending Hasbro, God.
The Japanese gentleman, he says, the Japanese gentleman at Takara designed the toy. Well, they should have designed it better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, seriously, it does, like I said, it doesn't matter who designed it. It really it doesn't matter who designed it. There's a partnership between the two companies, and and Hasbro's going to have to
shipping them out. Yeah, like they're doing the business end. So
okay, well, so say fuck Takara then. Well, fuck Hasbro and fuck Takara. Fuck Hasbro for everything they've done, all the QC issues in the past, and fuck Takara for this one, right? So, like, my point is like it's not like it's a continual problem, right? Like it just because Takara does it this time, and Hasbro did it last time. Like I feel like so many people like, or if this one, not Takara, but like this one's good, and then the next one's bad, but. If there's 3 figures, the first one's bad, the second one's good, and then the third one's bad, right? People forget about that first one being bad, you know? And then the third one is bad, and then everyone's like, oh, well, okay, this sucks. No, like, it should never be like that. So he says, so why do you have a Transformers channel? LOL. Because I like Transformers. Yeah. LOL.
I know, just because the new stuff comes out crappy. I know, what a bad man. They must be ill in the head. Or
okay, so because I say fuck Takara, fuck Hasbro.
You don't like Transformers.
I don't. I shouldn't have a Transformers.
40 years of history. You don't like Transformers.
Yeah, like dude, what?
Yeah, too funny. Like I said, this is just gonna bring out all the freaks, right?
Okay, Takara designs the toys. Not all of them. Vietnam assembles the toys. Okay.
Okay, great.
Like that's stuff.
Right, man.
that's like stuff that we all know already. Okay, so like whatever. Like, are you trying to defend Hasbro in this one?
Yeah, we got a Hasbro defender in the channel.
Like I'm confused. But you hate Hasbro for selling them. I hate Hasbro for their shady business practices.
Yeah.
Right? Like, legitimately, everything.
I was good back in the day. That's the part I love. G2, G1. I love that era.
Yeah. And
Armada,
like I said, the fandom isn't. And yes, and I do have frustrations with the fandom as well, because a good sect of the fandom don't stand up to like Hasbro or anybody in that regard in when they're making the figures, and they do shady business practices or they do anything else like that. Right? So yeah, dude, like, come on now. Like he's like, I'm just wondering what your point is. I'm not defending anyone. I'm wondering what your point is too, man. Like I'm confused, like for the most part. Confused, and Oracle seems to be counting down 5, 4. 3. I don't know why she's counting down. That's weird.
It's the don't care countdown.
My problem is with, he says, your problem is with capitalism, not Hasbro. My problem is the fact that they choose to take advantage of capitalism the way that it is right now, right? And try to rob people blind and get away with it.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like,
yeah, people just get upset when you talk crap on them. It's both companies suck. Takara sucks. Hasbro sucks.
I'm upset because this is even a thing. Not with Illmatic, not the conversation with Illmatic Prime, but like the QC problems, the yellowing problems, like all this stuff, right? Like I'm upset that this is still even a problem, right?
Yeah, yellowing on this figure is unexcusable. I don't care what you say. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, like any QC problem at this point with Haslab is a problem, right? Oh, yeah. It doesn't, and that's it. Like, it's unacceptable. That's it. So. And yeah, I legitimately don't know what else to say to that. But at the end of the day, it seems like the fandom is just gonna, I don't know. Anybody who's throwing fixes out there, good on you. like legitimately, maybe you're frustrated with Hasbro and you're just like, screw it, I'm not going to send it back because I'm going to have to wait a year or 6 months or whatever it is to get it back, right? To get another one, like what a similar situation they did with Star Saber or Victory Saber or whatever, right? Like, maybe they're just like, okay, I need to fix it. I'm just going to fix it, not deal with it, whatever. Okay, good on you. And you're showing the fixes, great, right? But there are people out there who will defend them on this, and some way, somehow try to make it like the fans' fault, the fans' problem, or whatever the case may be. And then the fandom, there's a large group of the fandom that will take it, and they will continue to take it. He says, ask anyone who buys high-end collectibles. They come with QC issues, sometimes not acceptable, but true. Even car companies do recalls on. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
I am aware of that.
Yeah, cars are made to be broken.
Most of my figures are Mayfex and SH Figure Arts. And most of those figures, I don't have QC problems with.
No, never. I have hundreds of Figmas and high-end figures. I never have problems with them usually.
The only QC figure problem I've had with a figure was my SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z Bardock. His right arm was way too tight, and I had to heat it up, and I put some grease, shock oil in there, and to help it rotate. And that's it. That's the only QC figure. And when did that figure come out? 2022? Something like that, right? So at the height of all these companies having QC problems, the only QC problem I had was with Bardock. So and $30,000 cars, dude, like ask any welder about how shitty Ferrari's welds are. Okay? And people will go out and they still spend $500,000 on a Ferrari or whatever it is. I won't. Because at $500,000, I expect way better welds on the chassis than what they deliver.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I won't worry about it.
No. I feel like this is a good conversation. Like I want to make this clear. I'm not upset with Illmatic Prime. I'm having a conversation, and I'm having a impassioned, fiery conversation because I'm fired up about the QC issues, and this is yet again another QC issue, right? In a long line of QC issues for this company.
Yeah, and like I said, they're just so blatantly bad. Like figures yellowing, and I understand. I bought 100 Figmas over there. A couple of them, a couple little pins once in a while, this and that. But they send you extra pins with the product usually in the box. So there's little ticks here and there, but full figures is completely yellowing, and just stuff like that. It's just it's hard to take, especially like I said, like if you could like buy this product and it was just like a Hasbro Pulse like exclusive, and you have to put all your money up front and all that, maybe the deal is bad, right? And you saw that it was broken, so you backed out or waited for whatever. But when you've already put all your money up front and they're shipping it out, it's just sad, it just hurts. Like I want to love this hobby. I love collecting, like you said. Why are we doing this? Because I do love Transformers. I love the old era G1, G2, Beast Wars, Armada. I like Siege, I like lots of stuff. I want to love the product. I want to enjoy it. It makes me happy when me and my friend go out and collect, and it's supposed to be fun at the end of the day. And we're just here giving our points of views for now. And me and Input share both different ends of the spectrum, right? I'm still buying it. I'm still supporting it. You're not buying it. You're not supporting it, right? Because you have your issues, right? Like we all. Yeah. We're not trying to hate on anyone or anything. It's just we're just trying to give some perspective on any of it, I guess,
Yeah, and most of my Transformers now are third party anyway. They're either And
I've had a lot of issues with third party once in a while too. Things just snap, man. They just break.
Yeah. And for
anyone, I like people in the comments voicing their opinions and getting us, to engage more. It's part of the show. We're just here for the fandom. We want people to reach out, right?
And third party companies. There are third party companies I don't buy because of their QC issues as well. What is was it Make Toys? No. Who's the one who does all the Seekers? Is it Make Toys?
Yeah, I got all the Seekers.
Yeah.
I have all the Make Toys. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy Make Toys anything because of all their QC issues with their jets. Like,
yeah, I got all the jets back there, like all 14 of them. But yeah, like you have to be so careful with them. And like I said, they come with extra heads and stuff. I had shit pop off, and like I said, I know the guy like through someone that actually does that company, makes that company. So I try to support it just because of knowing them. But yeah, you just have to be careful with third party. Like the G2 Menasor from X Transbot, I snapped in half, so it just hurts. When you snap a $300 figure. Remember that? Yeah,
I do remember that. That's why I didn't buy him, because his middle torso, whatever, came like stressed out of the box. Right?
Yeah, slide it. Yeah.
Like that's
why we do this show, man. Like that. I'm so happy. Everyone in the comments today, I'm so happy. You got fucking N-Puts blood pressure up there. Like, it's good to see. I like to see everyone. I like to see everyone lively, man. I really do. That's why we're doing this, right?
I just like I said, dude. One of my main frustrations with this is like I don't know, man. Like, and I'm do what you want to do with your money or whatever, right? But like at the end of the day. Like I said, when's enough for all of this? Yeah. Like that's my biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I've said this before. If they started, like, I don't know, man. If they started making better products, they would sell a lot more. Anthony says, or Malik Prime says first. He says, great conversation.
Yeah, I see too.
And Anthony says, as a person who lives in the most southern Canadian province of Ohio, I am not excited about Hasbro raising prices on Friday. If they raise the prices more than 10%, I will have to reconsider. I don't blame you. Ilmatic Prime says, the only Haslab I back was Deathsaurus, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, mine is too. Mine's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I have not one single thing wrong with my Deathsaurus. Like, I love my Deathsaurus. That's what made me back the Liokaiser. That's what made me back this, because I thought I was getting a beautiful product with this RID figure,
Yeah, and I thought with Deathsaurus, I saw very, very, very little paint QC issues. And I was like, okay, it was assembled on a Friday at like 4:59 in the factory, right? Like, whatever, or painted, I should say, not assembled. But and I was like, okay, cool. Haslab's kind of changed. They've learned from Star Saber or Victory Saber, and they put everything into Deathsaurus. And going forward, Haslabs are going to be better. And that's what it felt like from Deathsaurus. Like everybody seems so happy with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's beautiful, man. If yours is good, it's a great figure, man. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It is. Like, it truly is. I had seen a third-party one. It's okay. Like, the plastic on it is great. Like, it's just, it's cool. Like, it made you stoked to maybe get this RID guy. It made you stoked for the Liokaiser, because you thought, like, maybe, like, they changed, trying to step it up as best as they can. Like you said, there's always going to be some QC issues down the road, but, like, it's just a small percent, but if they didn't notice that was cracked when they're shipping this out, it just looked so bad. And with prices already raising, like I said, they're putting themselves in more trouble than it needs to be,
Yeah. And truthfully, at this point, like I said, I think I said it last week, I've got Robin, the Mafex Robin on pre-order from BBTS. And
remember you saying that.
And I think that's the only thing I have on pre-order right now. That's it. Because BBTS is the only place that had it available for pre-order on stateside. I should mention that stateside is the only place. And Anthony says it would take a lot for me to invest in a Haslab. it would have to be G1 or something that I could not otherwise happen at retail. All these could be at retail.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Just exclusives, man. Like the upfront money thing sucks.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be. Man, I don't know. I've got my own opinions on that too, with the upfront cost and stuff like that, right? Because they're doing whatever they're doing with their money, with your money or whatever. Like it just the second largest toy company in the world, the largest company in the United States, right? Worth how many billions of dollars, trillions, whatever they're worth now, right? Should not be fundraising anything at all. But, that egg broke with the sail barge, right? And everything that they have done could have been at retail. And I feel like Haslab has gotten away from their mission statement of, making dreams or whatever, like dream projects into a reality, right? How long do people want a 3 3/4-inch sail barge? Like everybody in Star Wars was like, dude, that's pretty much what we're missing. We can't recreate the scene with Luke and Boba Fett and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Like that was the only thing that was missing up to that point. And they got it. They finally got it. Like, okay, great. Haslab didn't have any faith in that at retail. Okay, fine. And then, but really everything after that really should have been at retail. Could have been at retail.
Yeah,
and I would
even, you can't put it on the shelf. Just make it exclusive, even on other sites. It doesn't have to be just Hasbro Pulse. Like, maybe order it from another site. But like, you don't have to, maybe a little down payment, $25-$50 or whatever. Like, but not. Yeah, it's just sad.
Yeah,
it's too much risk with now, and yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this fired up, impassioned episode of the Transformers fandom, the State of the Transformers Fandom podcast.
Yeah, no, this is why you come here. People ask, why would you even stream this? Why would you even watch this? It's because you come for our opinions, our perspective. Like I said, we both sides of the coin of some things, like I'm not no Hasbro defender, but I'm still buying the stuff. I'm trying to love the hobby. I'm trying to be excited for stuff. And, it's just trying to bring our perspective. And yeah, it's nice to see people get in the chat and get a little grimy, get a little gritty. It's all in good fun. We're here not to hate. We're open-minded. We just want a conversation at the end of the day. And if moments people get heated, then that's what it is. But, we're down to just, see everyone's perspective. And we'd like the feedback, right?
Yeah. And I know we keep bringing this up, but we do have our, what is it? The voting.
Yeah. No, we're going to get on that this week for sure.
Yeah.
We'll tell it to you after the thing. We'll get that up. We already have most of the questions, so that'll be up, okay?
Let's see. Ilmatic Prime says, try not to attack me so quick next time. LOL. See you later, GF fan. Oh, man. If I attacked, I'm sorry. I'm so impassioned about
you mean well. I know you jump start a little there, but you and me, I get defensive. People going at you, so it's nothing personal. Like I said, we're just heated people, man. We both are in our different ways, right? So and that's why you make my job easy when we come on a show like this, because you're just ready to go, right? Where's the fuel? Where's the flame, dog? But
yeah, so.
And we'll have the thing up hopefully for next week or something, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, the vote. So the episode vote will be up on our Instagram, your Instagram, my Instagram, your YouTube channel, my YouTube channel in the post area. Perfect. And
vote on your favorite topic.
Yeah, and we're gonna have 4 to pick from. I'm trying to remember everything we talked about when it came to this. We're gonna have 4 to pick from.
Yeah.
4 topics on each one. And then we'll have that episode at the end of that'll be like a monthly thing that we do, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, once a month we'll do the 3 episodes will be of what we're doing, news topics, and then one will just be the voted one. If there's a slow week, we'll probably put the thing up and then just vote, right? And then we'll do that or something. And then like I said, I think Tuesdays will be the day for the show now. I feel like it, because like I can always be here at this time, but we'd like to still probably do it later on a Tuesday at 6. But like we can do it on this day, no problem. I'm always free now at this time and later usually. Just today we're going to like a dinner because just the hockey crap, right? But
so what you're saying is, going forward, the State of the Transformers podcast
every Tuesday, and it's better because all the holidays in Canada fall on a Monday, and then we have to push it to Tuesday anyway. So I mean, it just works out better, I think, if you're good with that.
Yeah, that's fine. So the State of the Transformers podcast is moving from Mondays to Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, baby. So be there, or be square, or round, or triangular shaped, or sphere, or spherical, or 4D. I don't know. Be there or be square.
Right? We'll see everyone next week. I'm still a Transformers addict. I'm still Illmatic, and now we're going to cut to some static.
Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. However, we must now conclude the program. We appreciate your viewership and apologize should we have inadvertently disrupted your evening. Please do not take any offense. We look forward to presenting another engaging topic next week, and we extend our gratitude for your continued support.